Hi everyone, today I am going to discuss about area between two curves. So first let's see area under curve. So in 13.2 you have learned about definite integrals. Idea of the definite integral is area under curve. So especially if the original problem is given as a definite integral like this way, here it represents that find the integral of x square dx in between 2 and 3. So we can represent this as a picture. So this picture gives the idea of this given integral, this one. So it means this is our given curve and this is our lower limit 2 and upper limit is 3. So we need to find the area under this curve y is equal to x square in between 2 and 3. So we can do it by finding the value of integral in between 2 and 3. You can see it in here. So if you calculate it by using the knowledge of definite integral, finally you can obtain it is equal to 19 divided by 3. So idea of the area under curve is a definite integral in between lower limit and upper limit. So now I am going to discuss about area between two curves and average value of a function. Most important one is this one, area between two curves. So when we are discussing about area between two curves, this picture gives some idea. So this is our first curve, y is equal to fx, and our second curve is y is equal to gx. So we need to find the area between these two curves in between a and b. So this is a very simple method. First we find the area on this curve y is equal to fx. So by taking this integral in between a and b, fx dx, you can find this area. And then you can find this area on the second curve, gx dx, integrating between a and b. Then reduce b from a. After reducing, you can obtain this area. We call it as our necessary area. It is A. So this is the simple method we are going to use in this section. So area between two curves we can denote as like this way. Fx is our upper curve or bottom curve and gx is our below curve. So we can reduce this one like this way, because in definite integrals and definite integrals we have learned this relation. So this simple formula gives the area between two curves fx and gx. Now let's move to this problem. Problem is find the area of region bounded by y is equal to x to the power 2 plus 4 and y is equal to x. So clearly you can see this is our y is equal to x square plus 4, this is a parabola, and y is equal to x, it is a straight line. So this is our upper curve and this is our lower curve. So first you need to find area under this curve, y is equal to x square. Then find the area under this curve, y is equal to x in between 0 and 3. Then reduce. That is the method simply. So first top curve, this is x square plus 4, and bottom curve is y is equal to x, so you need to reduce it, then calculate the integral, and finally you can get it is 16.5 square units. So this is the simplest example to understand the idea between area between two curves. So second one, find the area of the region enclosed by the graph of x to the power 3 minus x square and y is equal to 2x. Here the specialty in this problem is they haven't given any lower limit and upper limit. So you need to find region enclosed by this graph. So this word is very important. So if you look at this one cautiously, you can see these two curves intersect at some point. So first you need to find the points of intersection of these two graphs. So we need to solve these equations by set it as equals these two equations. Then you can find the roots of this one. When x is equal to 0, x is equal to 2, and x is equal to -1, these two curves intersect each other. So simply this is the behavior when 0 it is intersect, and when it is -1 it is intersect, and when x is equal to 2 it is intersects. So you need to find this blue colored region. So I have a suggestion. First find the area of this one, I call it as A. Then find the area of this one, I call this as B. Then get the summation A plus B. So this is the simple method to find the area of this curve. So first you need to find the integral in between -1 and 0. So this is our upper curve and this is our below curve. And here this is our upper curve and this is the below curve. So set to integral like this way. So x square minus 3 minus x to the power 3 minus x square is the upper curve. And our first interval is -1 to 0. And secondly, our upper curve becomes 2 times x and this becomes below curve. Then calculate these two integrals using the knowledge of your definite integrals, and by solving you can obtain it is 37 divided by 12. So this is the area. So here especially we use some trick. It is we distribute or we divide this area into two regions and we find the area of each region separately, then we take the summation. Okay, so this is some new method. You haven't learned this thing before. So now I am going to discuss about the average value. So idea of the average value is area divided by the length of this given interval. As an example, this A means the area. So it can obtain by this integral. If we integrate fx in between A and B, we can obtain it. And then if we divide this by this length in x-axis, B minus A. So this becomes the average value. So area divided by length in the x-axis is called the average value. You can see it. So this is the area and this is the length in the x-axis. So average value is simply given by this formula. So if in any place, if you need to find average value, first calculate the area by using this integral, then divide it by the length of this given interval. Okay, now let's go to this problem. You can see it. So first in example 6 it is asking consider the functions f of x is equal to x to the power 2 minus 4 and g of x is equal to x to the power 3 minus 4 times x. So for each function do the following. So graph the function on the interval. So already you know how to do it. You can use your calculators also. On the graph I bold the average value of each function on -2 to 2. So here you need to make some approximation or guessing what will be the average value. And finally it is asking compute the average value of the function over the interval -2 to 2. So this is the length of the x-axis. So this is crucial. So it means after finding the area you need to divide the area by the length of this interval. Let's see it. So first using your calculators you can graph this one. So our two graphs are, if you go to it one, you can see these are the two graphs. So I will consider this one first, x to the power 2 minus 4. This is the graph of it, and then you need to find the area of this one by integrating this x to the power 2 minus 4 in between -2 and 2. It means you need to find this area. This is our area. then divide it by this length. So what is the magnitude? It is 2. So it is 4 because this is -2 and this is 2 in x-axis. You can calculate it by using x coordinate. Yes, so 2 minus -2 means 4, and this is the area of this blue colored region. So calculate this by using the knowledge of definite integrals, then divide it by 4. So finally this becomes the area. Sometimes it may be negative, it's no problem. Then let's move to our next section. It is x to the power 3 minus 4x. If you draw, we can see this is the graph of x cube function. Then you need to find the area in between -2 and +2 by taking the definite integral of this one, then divide it by 4. So finally it is 0. So negative values 0 and positive values are possible answers for average value. Okay, thank you everyone, and let's meet on next day with our last section of this class. Thank you.